Hi there guys, hi there Kyle. So today is again, it's not too bad a day today, but basically it's been a week now, and I don't think we posted a video. I think Kyle tried to upload a video, but the sound didn't come through on YouTube, so we had to take that down again, unfortunately. And I know last time I promised you guys that we would have an amazing video coming out, or a few amazing videos coming out on the Sunday, because we had a hangout. But unfortunately, Kyle was really poorly, and we had to kind of can that. We took some of the footage, but not all that was required to to make the video that we wanted. And show you guys. So unfortunately, we can't show you that. But today's video, I just wanted to talk to you a bit about what really drove me into investing, into wanting more, into trying to change my life around. As I said before, my life isn't necessarily bad. I got a house, I was with an alright mortgage, a good rate, and all of that. So I've been very fortunate in that regard, that I was able to do that. But I noticed that I was enjoying my 20s. I was going out pretty much every weekend, eating out with friends, eating out with my girlfriend, going on nice holidays, and all of that, and I enjoyed doing it. But then I read Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad Poor Dad book, and I don't know why it came up. I think it came up on YouTube, and I just read it then, and it blew my mind in many ways, and I started thinking more about my lifestyle, and actually the lifestyle I have right now is very comfortable, but I'm not saving as much of my income as I could do. So then, after Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad, I then read The Richest Man in Babylon, and other books, and it just really opened my eyes to what's out there, and the lifestyle that I want to have isn't the lifestyle that I'm leading right now, in terms of being able to fly first class or so, or, well, God forbid, even fly in a private jet or so one time in the future. And I've realized that my spending habits have been. I was living the poor lifestyle, in that when I got a salary increase, my expenses increased with it, so that I somehow always managed to save a little bit of money, but never more than I should be able to. And I realized that, and I've started to turn my life around. So as I said, that shift for me started about 2 years ago, when I was 29, turning 30. So a year and a half ago, that I really started to think about it a lot more. And one of the first things that I did, what this video is about basically, is budgeting. So I went, and for the last 12 months, I look at my budgets weekly. I know when I get money in, I know where my money is going, and I know how much my money is going out, and how much I got left over to enjoy, to spend, and then I make the decisions on how to save it, and best where to save it best, how to invest it, etc. And that really helped me to start to build up a little pot of money. It's nothing grand. As I said, I've only just started doing it. Well, started doing that a year ago, and over time I started to wean off unnecessary expenses. But it's still a work in progress for me. But I just want to say, I find it really helpful to understand my spending habits and looking at my credit card and debit card statement and just understanding how much I actually spend, even though they are small purchases. It's a frequency of the small purchases. It's like having a pint here, having a pint there, going out for food here, going out for food there, buying a takeaway, buying a meal out, going shopping, etc. So all of that starts to add up very quickly, and as I said, I previously wasn't aware of that. I was still able to save some money up for holidays, and then I'd spend that money on holidays, and I would have nothing left over, and then I'd save up again for the holidays, and all of that. And once I started looking at it and started budgeting properly, and I'm not using any apps or so. I'm literally just using Excel. I'm using an Excel spreadsheet I created that just says this is my income and these are my outgoings, and I literally just have a copy of my credit card statements, etc. in there. I have a copy of all my bills, all of that in there, and I can see how much I spend each month, and how much is left over. And that then showed me that actually there were a lot of miscellaneous and unnecessary expenses. And over the past year, I've tried to cut them out, and I managed to increase my my savings rate from I think it was 10% or so, to now almost 30%. So I went from the recommended save 10% of your income to now 30%, and I'm planning to go further than that. I'm planning in the next couple of months to increase that to 50%, so that 50% of my paycheck is going to me first, and then I'm living on the rest of that, and paying my bills after I got to pay, after I paid myself. And that's one of the things from The Richest Man in Babylon, where it was very much about pay yourself first. The government already takes the first cut in the taxes, so why should you not pay yourself next then? And that's basically, that mentality is combined with the budgeting. I'm finding it quite useful right now, and I just wanted to let you know that's what I'm doing. And that then also showed me that if I'm able to save that 30%, I can then, as I said, I don't have any bad debt, and by bad debt I mean high interest credit card loans, car loans, anything that it has like really high interest rate. So I'm not classing a mortgage or so as bad debt. Mortgage is still debt, but mortgage rates are relatively low in the UK right now, and depending on even if you're going for a 10-year mortgage or so, the rates are relatively okay in that regard. But credit cards are like 19% or so, and that's just way too much. Especially if you don't pay them off. So all my credit cards I pay off every month in full. But that's a topic for another time. Yeah, as I said, once I realized that I can save 50% of my income, I then realized I can start to invest it as well. And most of my investment is going into broad index funds, the FTSE All Share, the S&P 500, the German DAX, the Japanese Nikkei, those index funds that basically mirror the whole market. And I don't trade in them. I look at them and see how they're performing every month. As I said, I'm tracking my investments, but I'm not trading in them. If they're down, they're down. If they're up, great. I'm just recording it because I see that as investment over time. As I keep going and adding to my investments, the compounding will take effect and will multiply that up. And yeah, that's really a couple of tips and tricks that I employed that I learned from reading books, and I'll do some book reviews that I found really helpful in the next couple of videos to let you know what I learned from them, and what I'm doing about it. And in that regard, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you've got any questions about budgeting or so, let me know in the comments below, and I can answer to that. If you've got any comments, queries or so in regards to my investment, let us know as well. And I hope to see you guys on the next one. Cheerio.